morning and welcome to Saxo Bank Market Call. Today is December the 18th. Overnight news bullets yesterday kicked off with Switzerland industrial production out a bit stronger than expected at 0.0 versus the minus 2.2% expected. Also, Norwegian trade balance out at 31.3 billion versus 25.0 billion expected. Hungarian base rates were unchanged at 7.5%. In the U.S. Empire Manufacturing was out at 10.3 versus 20 expected. In Canada, new motor vehicle sales were out at a minus 1.4% versus minus 2% expected, thus a bit stronger than expected. U.S. total net tick flows were strong, with out at 97.8 billion versus 30 billion expected. The housing market continues to look weak in the U.S. at the NAHB housing market index out at 19, unchanged from prior, but still a very weak reading. Market developments in the FX US dollar is still firm on strong ticks data, making euro dollar dip below 143.50. Euro and yen are generally weak. And also the Swiss is selling off a bit despite the solid data from yesterday. Stocks continued to slide yesterday across the board. Red session in US, Europe, and Asia overnight. This is helping treasuries that are boosted by this sell-off in equities. Commodities, precious metals, rather unchanged, resting on support, while oil has consolidated above $90 a barrel. What's going on? U.S. stocks completed their sharpest two-day decline yesterday in more than a month, trimming the S&P gains for the year to less than 2%, making it look very weak closing this year. The homebuilder confidence remained at a record low in the U.S., and manufacturing in New York expanded this month at the slowest pace since May. In other news, Goldman is about to break a record for new hedge fund with a 10 billion fund in the stocks. This hedge fund is set to open January 1st. Today's calendar is filled with a bit of CPI figures. First from the UK at 9:30, expected at 0.3 month on month and 2.2 year on year. Also, retail price index from the UK at 9:30, expected at the index is expected at 209.6. Later today at 12 GMT, Canada CPI is released. It's a very important news bit of today. It's expected at 0.2% month on month and 2.4% year on year. In the US, we have housing starts and building permits. Housing starts expected at 1,176,000, and building permits is expected at 1,150,000. Overnight, we have food prices out of New Zealand and all industry activity from Japan. In the coming days, we have a bit of a rate announcement, but tomorrow starting we have BOE minutes. Very important to see what the votes at least were from last meeting, and also Swedish Riksbank rates are expected unchanged. And also Czech repo rates and Polish base rates are expected unchanged tomorrow. Thursday we have the target rate from Bank of Japan and GfK Consumer Confidence Service out of Germany. Also unemployment rate from Norway. But of course we have a lot of figures coming out of the US, headlined by GDP, core PC, and of course jobless claims. Our FX trade of today is dollar yen. Although momentum is fading, we still see the pair to move higher on short-term fundamentals. The strong US ticks data from yesterday, along with general weak data from Japan, support this. We have a signal at 113.318. So we buy at 113.32 bit, targeting 114 and upwards. Our stop offer is at 113.05. In equities, we still see this downwards momentum to continue. It is started off in Europe a weekday as well. and it's really hard to see where this slide should end at the moment. Of course, this is on low volume as we are heading into the holiday season, so not a lot of action should be going on, but we still see the slide to continue. Thus, our trade of today is selling next in London. It's a retail store out of the UK, selling women and male clothes, and we are selling the break of 1590. We've actually been filled this morning. We're keeping a stop loss above 1670, targeting 1384. In futures, we are looking for the bounce in oil. The weight traded index is bouncing on 90 bucks support, and it's kind of trading in a triangle at the moment. And a move out of this triangle should cause a bigger move higher. We will look to buy at around 90.30 bucks in that area. We'll keep a stop below 89.50. Our target is 92 bucks. That is all for today. Thank you for joining in.